Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to the mainframe comic. No, wait a minute. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder, and I want to welcome you to the. Wait a minute. No, it's not the recap for Go Collect. It is the Ready, Set, Go preview show. It is, I think, our 63rd week or something like that we've been doing this show on Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. I actually came in here in the room, and as I sat down, my wife yelled in and she said, "Are you about to go live?" I said, "Yes, dear. For 63 weeks, I am about to go live at 7:30." I am hoping that it will stick. I'm hoping that it will stick, but I want to welcome you guys to the Ready, Set, Go preview show. If this is your first time seeing this show, welcome. This is a live show that we do every single week, typically on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's a time in which we all come together as a comic book soldier community, and we spend some time talking about news and current events, things that may be top of mind for me, things that may be top of mind for you. We give away some slabs and we generally have a really good time. And I will tell you that I'm actually going to throw a few curveballs at you guys over the course of this live stream. So be prepared for that. If you guys tuned in, if you were paying attention, I was actually hosting a live stream yesterday for the Mainframe Comic-Con. I had an opportunity to sit down and have a chat with Brittany from CGC, and I also spoke with the incredibly talented Clayton Crane. And that was a very special thing. That was a very special thing for me, to be honest. There was a lot of moving parts leading into that live stream yesterday. There was a chance that we were actually going to have someone else on the show as our special guest, but Clayton was gracious enough to volunteer to be the guinea pig for this thing. And so I'm very appreciative to both he and Brittany for the opportunity to interview them on a live stream as part of that virtual Comic-Con that is, I think, still ongoing, and actually I think continues through to tomorrow. A lot of the money that is being generated from that activity is being donated to really good causes, and so it was a pleasure for me to actually lend my support, lend my time to be a part of what the Comic Corps was attempting to do. So shout out to those guys for putting on a fantastic event and allowing me to participate. So definitely a huge thanks to all of the comic book soldiers that represented. I was not in charge of the stream in terms of the chat and stuff like that. So it was a slightly different type of interview for us, where I was very focused on who I was talking with instead of interacting with you guys. But I did see you guys pop up on the screen several times. So I want to thank each and every one of you for participating. With that, let me say hello to some comic book soldiers that have joined me here in the room. My Canadian brother Rush is in the house. My other Canadian brother, Harvey Abel. It is good to see you, brother. And I want to thank you for sending over what you sent over a little while ago. That is actually going to be in the show. So shout out to you, brother, for being a good reporter out there. Jerry, my man, bearded comic collector. How you doing? Flash Fan 11. It's good to see you. Jeff, how you doing? Hawkeye. L Smith is in the house. My good friend Tina K, how you doing? She says, who saw Reggie's interview? Thankfully, I think a couple of you guys were there. So I definitely appreciate that. Jeffrey, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Joe, good to see you, my friend. Wesley is in the house. All the comic book soldiers. There you go. Scrolling down through the names, seeing who else is. My man, EE. Again, stay tuned. We are going to throw some curveballs at you guys over the course of this live stream, and then kind of sort of over the course of the week. There's going to be a couple of things I'm throwing out there. Sherwin, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Herb in Legend is in the house. Scrolling down through the name, seeing who else is in here. Simon R. Chet M. Chet M. Sorry about that. Nikki is in the house. It's good to see you. Ballistic is here. Bayou Boy Entertainment. Thank you all for joining me for the Ready, Set, Go preview show. I definitely appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. So there are some things that we are going to get to. So yes, we're going to talk about some current events, and I'll tell you what those things are. I'm also going to give you a preview of some of the videos that are coming out this week. I have, I think, a couple of really cool videos that are dropping this week, and I have a couple recorded for next week that are also going to be dropping. I think there's some good stuff coming you all's way. At least I hope there's some good stuff. So we'll talk about that in just a couple of moments. But as far as the agenda goes, I actually want to save I renamed the chat because, I like to do that after the fact so I don't give away all the details. But we're going to talk about a couple of things. Shout out to my man, Harvey Abel, for hooking me up with a really nice article from his local, local papers website. We're going to talk about phase 4 movies from the MCU. We're going to do that at a very high level. We're not going to dig into that all that deep. I have a little bit of surprise focusing on a really cool rapper from the Wu-Tang Clan. We're going to talk about Diamond. We're going to talk about Marvel. And then we're also going to circle back on a couple of other things. So with that, I want to jump into the conversation here. And definitely want to, you guys are awesome. I love the interaction in the chat. So my man, Harvey Abel sent over to me a little while ago a really fantastic article. And I had been meaning to talk about the MCU and what was happening with the movies and phase 4 and all that kind of stuff. But over the last couple of weeks, several other things have popped up as being more newsworthy than this. And Harvey sent this over today, and I was like, you know what? It's a perfect time to talk about it. And it's a perfect time because he sent the article, but also because I've spent a healthy portion of today rewatching a lot of MCU movies. Actually, yesterday as well. I've watched Captain America, Iron Man. We just finished watching Black Panther a short while ago, and I just started on Doctor Strange probably 45 minutes ago. So I've been watching a lot of MCU over the last couple of days. And so Harvey's email to me was right on time. So let's talk a little bit about this. And again, I'm not going to dig into all the details associated with this thing. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see that. All right. So this is an article that actually came out on canoe.com. And basically what they're talking about here is that the movie with Black Widow was supposed to be the start of phase 4 for the MCU, but with everything that is actually happening out there. And I still can't mention the name because when I thought it was safe to mention what's happening, my videos get yellow labels. And so we're not going to mention Voldemort's name in this video. But phase 4 was supposed to be kicked off by the Black Widow movie. And what has happened is the Black Widow movie has actually been pushed back. And I think the Black Widow movie has now taken the Eternals movie's spot. And so Black Widow is now supposed to be dropping on November 6th. And this is Scarlett Johansson. I just saw her in Captain America, and I think she was also in Iron Man. And I cannot wait to see her play Black Widow. I've seen the previews of this thing, Natasha Romanoff. It is... The trailers are dope. I enjoy the trailers. I'm looking forward to seeing this one. I might actually go to the theater to see a movie. But Black Widow was supposed to be dropping November 6th. And then, as I mentioned, it was taking the place of Eternals. So Eternals has been pushed back to February 12th, 2021. So basically, it looks like 2020 is going to essentially be a wash. 2020 is going to be a wash as far as Marvel is concerned. They are releasing one movie this year, and it is going to be November 6th for Black Widow, at least according to what is being released from this newspaper. And I'm guessing that there are, reliable sources for this stuff. So Eternals looks like it's going to drop February 12th, 2021. Looking forward to definitely seeing that one. That is a jam-packed thing. Angelina Jolie, Kit Harrison, Harrington. There's a lot. Selma Hayek. I mean, there's a lot that is going on in that movie. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is both supposed to be dropping May 7th, 2021. Spider-Man 3 is November 5th, 2021. Seems like so far away for that one. Thor, Love and Thunder is supposed to be coming out in 2022, February to be specific, right around Valentine's Day. Well done, Marvel, on that one. Doctor Strange, which I was just watching in the Multiverse of Madness. I think Clea is supposed to be making an appearance in that one. They're talking about March 25th, 2022. And again, this stuff is so far out. Black Panther 2, loved Black Panther, May 6th, 2022. And then Captain Marvel 2 is supposed to be out in July, right after 4th of July in 2022. Scrolling down, Guardians of the Galaxy, This one may actually work out to someone's advantage because I think James Gunn was actually tied up with a few commitments related to DC. So the timing probably isn't all that bad for him, but they are basically saying October 7th of 2022. And then as you scroll down, it starts to get a little bit more nebulous. Ant-Man 3 is out there somewhere. Blade is still somewhere out there. X-Men and Fantastic Four are like to be determined, so far out that no one really knows what is actually going on with that one. So that is basically the quick rundown of what is going to be happening with MCU Phase 4. A lot of stuff is being pushed way out into the future. And again, shout out to my man Harvey Abel for sending over this article for me to be able to take a look at. And this thing actually just came out. When did this come out? Came out April 25th, which was just yesterday. So my time is right on there. So let me go back to the chat, see what you guys are talking about. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 should be good. I'm looking forward to that one. Guardians of the Galaxy I enjoyed it. I spent a ton of time just laughing in the various movies that are come out already. I mean, Star-Lord is hilarious. So is Groot. It is hilarious. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's up with that one. Scrolling down through some of the comments here. Facts. Breezy Ballistics, facts. Snipes was dope, bro. He really played a really, really good Blade. And it would be a really cool thing if they decided to bring him back in some capacity. It would be cool to see him, even though, he can't be Blade anymore. It would still be cool to actually see him in the movie doing a little something. That would be cool. Let me see what else you guys are talking about. Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, man, the music is incredible. It really is incredible. Doctor Strange, I hope will be the best one. Snipes cameo would be good. I would agree with that in some capacity. Work him into the movie. What was crazy, man, is that we were watching. I can't even remember which one it was. It was some movie, and I can't remember which one it was. And Stan Lee came on the screen. My wife was like, oh, wow, it's Stan. And it's amazing how even if you're not necessarily connected to comics, you still know Stan Lee. You still take a moment to say, oh, wow, it's Stan Lee, because it's Stan. It is Stan. So scrolling down, Joe was asking the question here whether there's going to be an overarching storyline for Phase 4. I don't know the answer to that. I in my head, I feel like they are kind of resetting the table maybe for the next stretch, right? Like they kind of talked about there was an article or something like that was talking about Tony Stark in that role, and they were basically saying that they were not going to be recasting that role for quite some time. So my feeling is that they may be setting the table for the future in the same way that several movies led up to Thanos. My feeling is that there could be several movies that will lead up to something bigger. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean that each one of the movies that comes out won't be good and won't have a little story arc that happens in them and gets wrapped up. But I think that they may be planting all of these really wonderful seeds out there for something big down the road. And, 10 years was the last stretch. So who knows what the future can hold for what they're trying to do. So will be interesting to see what they do with the X-Men and FF. I think the thing is, man, and I've said this before, there is nothing but time on that one. There is nothing but time on now for them to figure out how best to introduce the X-Men and the FF. There's a lot of speculation around how they can do it, weaving it into the Eternals. I mean, there's all kinds of speculation about that one. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they decide to introduce them, what storyline they decide to go with. And I'm excited. I'm underwhelmed by the announcement movies for Phase 4. I mean, again, I think that's, it's a perspective. It's a perspective. I personally am really excited to see a lot of this stuff come to the big screen, because I think that, anytime I have an opportunity to see a comic book character and story come to the big screen, I enjoy it, right? The same way that I enjoy and look forward to seeing what happens on the streaming services. And it's all good stuff to me. It's all good stuff to me. So scrolling down through some of the comments here, seeing what else you guys are talking about. If they cast John as Reed Richards, I will write. A lot of the money's on that guy, man. A lot of money's on that guy. Chris says, I watched Bloodshot last night and I liked it. I don't know what people, man, Bloodshot was good, bro. Uh, and that's the thing is everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I enjoyed Bloodshot. I really did. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. Vin Diesel is not the best actor, but you know that going in. But it's a movie, right? For the time period in which that movie was on, I was entertained. And so if that's my my price of entry, then I felt good about it. I really did. I felt like it was a good movie. My whole thing with movies is just entertain me. Right. The same way I read a comic, just entertain me for the time period in which I'm engaged in that activity. I just want to enjoy myself. So let me scroll down here. I lost the chat. There was a long stretch in there. Love the idea of Rogue playing a villain in Captain Marvel to start fit. Man, I mean, I can get on board with that. But the thing is, there's a lot of people that believe that they theoretically could introduce mutants along with the Eternals. Right. If you think about the Deviants and the Eternals, that could, in the Celestials, that could be the way that they choose to do it. So, and they could have it, be some things that are happening in the background. But I do like the idea of Rogue coming in as a villain because that stays true to her character and how she was ultimately introduced into comics. So I'm definitely on board with that, man. Let me scroll down. There you go. Never believe the critics. Find out for yourself. There you go. I cannot wait for a Shang-Chi movie and Marvel's take on Kung Fu genre. I got myself a Marvel Spotlight Edition 15 over a year ago. I think this movie will be big. Fingers crossed, man. Adam, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you, my friend. Thank you for the email the other day. Was that yesterday? My days blend, bro. Whenever you send that email, I am thankful for. Let me scroll down. There's a super chat that popped in here. My man EE, what does he say? I'm slab happy right now. I'm becoming a monster. So EE posted up on Instagram. I think it was on Instagram, all of these wonderful slabs. And he had some horrible grades. I mean, I was actually slightly embarrassed by the grades that he got back on his books because there was like a 9.6 in there. It was like a 9.6 and then like all these 9.8s. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing with that 9.6? You got to throw that away. You can't keep that in your collection. I think he said to me, I have 40 more books going out to CGC and CBCS. I think that was what he told me. And if I got that wrong, don't embarrass me. Just go with it, EE. Just go with it, bro. But no, seriously, congrats on the grades and good luck with the next round of submissions. So, all right. So that was one thing that I wanted to kind of share with you guys. Yeah, man, Bloodshot got messed over, but it was, again, it was still good. And I wonder how much money it actually made. The weekend that Bloodshot was released, I believe that it was the lowest movie weekend. And I think 20 years. I think that I covered it on the show. And I think that is right. I think they said it is the lowest opening weekend in the last 20 years. And Bloodshot basically opened on that weekend. So yeah, the timing for that one was really bad for them. But I think that they did the right thing by releasing it, a week and a half, 2 weeks later, directly to the streaming services. I think that was a good move for them to be able to recover some of that money. And then maybe they go back and they do an extended release or a director's cut and they release it back in the theaters at some point down in the future. That could be the way that it does, that they do it. And I'm hopeful that Valiant does something. I'm hoping that Valiant is able to recover their money because they have a deal for 5 total movies. And I want them to bring those characters to life. I want to be able to see Harbinger and Hard Corpse and some of these other things on the big screen because I think that they did a good job with Bloodshot. I really do think that they did a good job. So the first thing that we covered off on was what was going on with Marvel's Phase 4. And so if you guys are just now joining the live stream, I definitely want to encourage you to go back and check it out from the beginning when this all wraps up. But the very first thing the very last thing that I actually talked about was what was going on with Marvel's X-Men and the Fantastic Four. This thing that is going to be happening with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four is so far out into the future that I don't think anybody actually has a clue what is going to happen. I don't think anybody has a clue. But I will tell you, is that my man, the Method Man, is auditioning for the show. Method Man is hardcore auditioning to play in X-Men. This dude is actually a pretty big comic book fan. And for those of you that watched the Luke Cage show on Netflix, you probably saw Method Man. Like, he's been acting for like the last 15 years or so. He's been doing, maybe even 20. He's been doing some acting and things like that. I blame him. I got hit in the head with a CD at a concert when I was at Howard. I was working security. I was working security. I just wanted to get in free, so I put on the yellow vest. But I got hit in the head with a CD while he was on stage. I blame Method Man for this. But Method Man is trying out to be Bishop. And so these are some cosplay photos that my man released on his Instagram. I saw them earlier today. And so Method Man official is trying to play Bishop, and he could pull it off. I mean, Method he's pretty tall. I want to say he's like 6'4", 6'2". I mean, he's a pretty big guy, and he dressed up in cosplay as Bishop, and I think he did a pretty good job. And so what was funny is I actually pulled this up to do this early this morning. I did a lot of my show prep early this morning. And then right, like maybe an hour ago, I saw Steve Conge. Steve Conge is the guy that actually gave me that big Spider-Man book that sits behind me at various points. Is it back there? Yeah, it's back. No, it's on the other side. Steve Conge gave me this right here. I saw on Steve's, on his Instagram, he actually went back, took Method Man's photos and reworked them. He actually made these look a little battle worn, a little dirty, because right now it's like super clean. But shout out to my man Steve Conge for hooking up the Takao with the better uniform. But I just think it's kind of cool when you see people as mainstream as like Method Man with his career with Wu-Tang and that kind of stuff, to see him paying homage to a character. I think it's really cool. And but if you guys know anything about Wu-Tang, you know that a lot of what they used to do back in the day with their rap music is kind of rooted in like some of the Shang-Chi kind of stuff, old kung fu movies. So these guys are big time comic book fans. I mean, one of them even goes by they go by comic book related names. And so I just think it's kind of cool. I thought it was kind of cool when I saw this earlier today. So shout out to my man Method. Hopefully he gets the role to play Bishop. So let me go back to the chat, seeing what you guys are talking about. Cool 90s Bishop look, says Sin City, the man with the iron fist. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let me scroll back up through the comments and seeing what else you guys are talking. If Marvel won't take him, I want DC to take him as Lobo. Oh man. How big is Lobo? Is Lobo a big guy? I always felt like he was kind of short. I've always felt like he was kind of short. Takao. Yeah, he might need to put on a little size. So do I. I've been working out. That's why I'm like profusely sweating right now between these lights and the fact that I haven't cooled down from my workout. But oh, you're a nut. You're a nut. Well done, bro. Well done with the soul glow. The thing is, now you can't unsee it. That's the problem. As soon as you see it, you can't unsee it now. As soon as you look at Bishop in the comic, oh, you're like, oh, that's Method Man right there. Oh man, you cannot unring the bell right now. You can't unring the bell. This is good stuff. So yeah, Method Man. So someone needs to do a fan cast. I don't know how to do all that stuff, but fan cast now. Method Man is now Bishop. We're going to introduce him into the MCU. It's going to be dope. All right. So we've spoken about Phase 4, Method Man as Bishop. The next thing that I want to talk about, and again, I'm going to throw you guys a couple of curveballs as we go through this thing. Next thing I want to talk about is this right here, Diamond. Diamond is all a buzz right now. Everything that is distribution related to comics is just like hot right now. So we're not going to spend a crazy amount of time on this one, but I did want to tee up that Diamond is now taking DC orders. They are assuming they're anticipating to actually start shipping books in mid to late May. So they are actually now taking orders here. And it says here, Diamond Comic Distributors has begun taking orders for DC products again in anticipation of the resumption of distribution in mid to late May. But according to Diamond, there is still no firm date when actual distribution will resume. And there's a quote here. It says, "We continue to work towards a mid to late May resumption of weekly comic distribution, but numerous factors will affect the actual date we are able to deliver our first weekly shipment." Diamond told Newsarama, placeholder dates are an approximation of when we hope to resume weekly operations, but are not yet firm. DC Comics needed final order numbers for books being printed next week, and this is independent from our ship date. So they are basically moving forward. They're taking orders, and you guys know that they've actually opened up, DC that is, has actually opened up distribution to 2 other distributors that are associated with mail order comics and retailers. So again, Newsarama is now reporting that that Diamond is about to start ramping up things with at least being able to take orders. So what the future holds, we don't know. We just take it at face value that in a couple of weeks, Diamond will be ready to start making magic. And so on that very same note, I want to make mention of this right here, that that Marvel is basically confirming that they will not be shipping comics next week. Let me see if I can find a good statement here. It says, "It seems that Marvel does not intend to begin shipping new comics until Diamond Comic Distributors is once again in place to distribute their products." Diamond previously released a statement revealing that the company had potential plans to kickstart its distribution once again in the middle of May. Though it is unclear if they will stick to this timetable. I think timetable is one word, whatever. The company had previously stopped distribution of all new products at the end of March, shutting down, blah, 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 blah. All right. So it looks like Marvel is sticking by Diamond and the retailers at this point. Marvel is sticking by Diamond. There we go. And DC is continuing to move forward with its plans to do a couple of other things, all of which we have covered at other points in various broadcasts. We are not going to rehash any of that stuff. They should just pull the trigger and start shipping. Let the shops figure out how to sell. Well, that is if the shops are even open, right? I actually just got a message. I placed an order with an online retailer, and the retailer actually sent me a message. Let me read this message to you. This was a message from the retailer after I bought a couple of books. And it says, "My name is Jim. I'm the owner of Nucadia and writing to update you and ask you a question." They said, "On March 19th, Pennsylvania ordered all businesses closed. On April 10th, we received a limited exemption permitting us to reopen our warehouse with reduced staffing. We're working 2 8-hour shifts a day to ship our backlog of 21,000 comics ordered while we were shut down. We anticipate all orders being shipped by May 5th. And so they basically gave me a couple of options. They were like, "We can give you a store credit for $10. We can cancel your order and refund you at any time, or we can cancel it right now." And they were basically like, "Those are your 3 options." And then they reminded me, they said, "We've been in business for 20 years and we'll be here for the next 20. That's what's up. We have been here. We have been in business for 20 years and we'll be here for the next 20. And we want you as a customer for life. And we'll do whatever it takes. What is your preference? 1, 2, or 3? Thanks for your help." And I was very impressed by that message. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I think that this is a great example of how, these folks are trying to work around some of what's happening. They're trying to better understand their local laws. They're trying to apply for these exemptions to be able to open up in some capacity. And I think that this is probably what the comic shops themselves are also trying to work through is, can I open? And if I can open, how I can open. I actually saw Sancta Sanctorium, which is a comic shop in Michigan that I actually went to with my grandmother right before she passed away. They released a statement earlier today basically saying, hey, non-essential businesses can actually do curbside. And the owners were like, "We're not doing curbside right now. We're going to do mail order. We're going to keep doing that. So if you want mail order, we can do that." And so I think that the comic shops are starting to ramp themselves up. What I'm realizing, and this is me talking, I don't think that comic shops can just flip a switch. And so what Diamond is basically saying is, hey, here's what we're thinking about doing to try to signal to the comic shops, you need to start coming up with your plan. You need to start thinking about, can you do this? And if so, how do you do this? So that Diamond doesn't say, we're shipping tomorrow, and comic shops are like, whoa, 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 where's the warning, right? Because I don't think you can just flip a switch and open back up overnight, right? So I just wanted to kind of throw some of this stuff out for you guys. Awesome name for it. Yes, I would agree. I would agree with that. And just like so many of the other comic shops, Comic Figure and Addicts, who's been on the show, Crush, who's been on the show, Cape and Cow, which is local to me. A lot of these shops are doing mail order. They're doing these virtual sales. Sancta Sanctorium in Michigan, they're doing virtual sales. They're doing a lot of like virtual sales of backstock, trying to, bring some cash in. So they're definitely doing their thing. Owners are going to be standing in trench coats. Oh, you're a nut. You're a nut. Let me scroll down through some of the comments. Let me scroll down through some of the comments saying what you guys are talking about. My LCS, which has been closed, is waiting for Diamond to resume. There you go. And I think a lot of them are. But I think what's great is that Diamond is like, hey, here's our plan. Everybody needs to get on board. And so my LCS has been working behind closed doors to field phone orders. They also have been shipping for free to all their regulars. That is what's up. That is what's up. I absolutely love it. What is this? My LCS owner is afraid of / hates technology. They've been open. I don't know what that last word is there, but I guess they've been open. They don't like technology, which I respect. So, all right, so let's keep this thing moving on. We've actually covered a lot of material in a very short period of time. What is this? Almighty Liger King. All right. Yeah. All right. So a couple of reminders here. This book, this is a 7,000 subscriber giveaway book. This book has not been claimed. It is now on the second place. It is now on the second place. If you are in second place for the 7,000 subscriber, this is your book to claim. You need to make sure you send me an email before Friday of this week. If I don't get an email from you, we are going to third place, and then we'll go to fourth place. So if you are in the top 5, you definitely want to make sure that I have an email for you so that I can send this book out. Let me restate. I want this book, but I can't keep this book. This book belongs to somebody else. I just need the owner to actually claim it and to give me their information so that I can mail it to them. So if you entered this giveaway and if you are in the top 5, now in the 2 to 5, you need to make sure that you reach out to me so that I can get this book sent out to you. All right. And then we are going to be giving away this book in just a couple of moments. So definitely stay tuned for that. We're going to do the live drawing here, and we may have a little wrinkle. We may have a wrinkle, so stay tuned. All right. So let me give you guys a heads up on some of the videos that are going to be coming out from the channel over the course of this week. There will be one podcast that will be coming out tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific time that will be dropping. And then I'll have 4 other pre-recorded videos that are going to be dropping for you guys. I'm going to release part 2 of the Heralds of Galactus. A lot of people let me restate. There were not a whole lot of people that watched that video in comparison to other videos. But there were a lot of people that watched that video that wanted to see a part 2 and more. And so I've recorded Heralds of Galactus part 2. So stay tuned this week because that will be dropping. I'm going to be doing another video. It'll be a dirty grading video. And what I mean by that is that I've tried to figure out how I can help people approximate a grade for a comic that they are thinking about buying. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, can you grade this book for me? And sometimes people think that the grade is something else, but with looking at a few photos or asking a couple of questions, it's very clear that the grade is not maybe what they think it is, but maybe something different, right? And so what I tried to do was to create a video that would allow people to do a dirty grade, like a quick estimation of a grade for the purpose of being able to, like, if you're like trying to buy a book, right? So, if someone's like, hey, this book is a 6, you can look at that book and be like, that book's not a 6 relatively quickly. That book is more like a 3, right? Because of certain things that I'll try to point out over the course of this video. So it is not designed to make you a grader. That is not the goal. The goal is to help you to approximate a grade for a book for the purpose of being able to buy it. There are other videos on the channel, like where I sat down for an hour and talked to Matt Nelson, head grader for CGC, that are really designed to help you grade. This is dirty grading. This is, I just need to bang it out real quick so that I can know whether this is a good buy or not a good buy, right? So that's what this video is going to be. I'm also going to be doing a video and releasing a video to you guys on the CGC shipper kits. And I actually got these shipper kits from CGC, man, like 2 months ago, maybe longer, and they've been sitting and I haven't opened them up. But with everything that is happening with the yellow label signature series in-house signing things that CGC is actually doing, I felt like now was a really good time to talk about these shippers and to talk about shipping as a whole. And so, you know, and I actually recorded this video. It'll come out this week. And part of the reason why I did it is, again, is because of like everything that is happening with the signature series, but also because of the interview that I did as part of the Mainframe Comic-Con with Clayton Crane and Brittany, right? So that was like part of a sequence of events that I kind of wanted to put in place. So that, I think that'll be a cool video. I think you guys will enjoy that. And then I'm also going to do a haul video. There will be a haul video that's going to be coming out that I think is all slabs. I think it's a haul video of all slabs. So I definitely encourage you guys to check that out. A couple of really cool videos that are coming out this week. And next week, I have a couple that I think are going to be really good that I think you guys will enjoy. So 2 weeks, hopefully, of some solid videos that you guys will enjoy. So let me go back to the chat here real quick. My man Matthew is like, love the Herald's video. Can't wait for part 2. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. That Herald's video is a monster. It is a monster to research. It is a monster to record. It is a monster to edit. It is a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's a cool video series. You know, it is honestly a cool video series to actually work on. You know, it makes me wish I had an editor. Because if I could just do the research and then record it, it'd be cool. But I have to actually do the editing, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to match up my talk track with the right images and find good images. Oh man, it's a pain. But what helps me is when people make comments like this, that they enjoyed it and that they're looking forward to part 2. Because man, we might take this thing to like part 7. We might be doing this for a couple of months. There's a lot of Heralds of Galactus. Okay. Let me scroll down through some of the comments. Young Matthew was in the house. How you doing? 50 Shades of Gray. Thankfully, there are not 50 Shades of Gray, but yes, we're going to do some dirty grading. Scrolling down. I think you're talking about the Mainframe Comic-Con, man. So the crazy thing about the interview is that I was under the impression that the interview was an hour long. And so I was sitting here like thinking through all my questions, trying to structure it because I thought it was going to be with Brittany first. And then it was going to be with Brittany and another creator. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to get ready for this creator. Then it was like Brittany and a different creator. I was like, oh, okay, let me twist it. And then I thought the creator was only going to be there for part of it. But no, creator was going to be there for the whole thing. So I have to structure my questions differently because I didn't want me to focus on one person and have the other person just sitting there not saying anything. So I tried to structure it in such a way that I could build off of each person as we went through it. And what was crazy is that I thought the interview was an hour. It actually turned out to be 30 minutes. And I found that out 5 minutes before the show. And so I was like, okay, we're going to cover the same material in half the time with 2 people. We are going to do it. And, I was sweating bullets, but the feedback has been positive. The feedback on the interview has been positive, which gives me a lot of comfort. I have not gone back to watch it, and I'm not sure if I will. But the feedback has been pretty positive, so I definitely appreciate that. Make the title Dirty Grading. The title already is Dirty Grading. Already it is part of the recording, and I believe that it is also the title, Dirty. Scrolling down through, I love a shipping video when I have to ship to Canada, coming soon for work. Scrolling down through some of the comments here, 50 Shades and 30 scrolling down, what else you guys are talking about? There are some replays up there. There are some replays out there now. One of them actually popped up about an hour and a half ago. There is a video out there on the Mainframe Comic-Con page that says like day two rewind or something like that. And it's about 20 to 30 minutes in on that one. But on the Comic Corp website, they have taken that segment that I did and they actually dropped it into a standalone video on the Comic Core website. I don't have a copy of it. I'm not even sure if I'll try to get a copy of it. Again, these guys are trying to raise some money for some good causes. And so if they are able to make some money off of those recordings and those videos, I'm going to let them have all that stuff. So you guys check it out if you can. So there you go. It's on the Comic Corp channel. There you go. My man is on it. Caliente. Scrolling down. EE caught the replay. That's what's up. All right. Jerry, you're a nut. You are clearly on your computer right now. Jerry watches me on a big screen a lot. And he's like, I don't comment because I'm watching on the big screen. So I'm guessing he is on his computer because he is on fire with these comments. That's what's up. All right. So a lot of cool stuff coming out this week. All right. Let's give away a book. Let's go ahead and give away a book. Let's go ahead and give away a book. And we are going to give away this book right here. Really cool book, first appearance and origin of the Taskmaster, a book that I've read and I've absolutely enjoyed. I think there were over 200 of you guys that actually entered this week's giveaway for this particular book. So let me go back to my list real quick. And I will show you guys all of the names of all the individuals that were able to find the proper video this week, capture the phrase, which was Taskmaster, find the community tab. They were able to find the post and click on it and be able to enter the giveaway. 200 plus people were able to enter this week. And I want to thank all of you guys for following the rules. And the rules are that it is 1 entry per household, per location, per person, because we try to spread the love. That's why we do it. And yes, I know that there are husband and wives and other people that may live in your house that love comics, but we are trying to spread the love far and wide to as many people as possible, which is why we try to limit it to 1 person per household, per location, per whatever. All right. So let's roll some dice and figure out how many times. 6. We are going to randomize this list a total of 6 times, and then we are going to give away a little Taskmaster dopeness. All right. So 6 was what we rolled. This is 1 right there. Scrolling down, here is 2. Scrolling down, here is 3. 4 right there, 200, almost 50 people. Here is 5. And the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway of a very nice Avengers 196 is Ray. Ray, how many times have you won? How many times have you won, Ray? Ray, you are the winner of this week's Go Collect. I think this guy's won like at least twice. I want to say at least twice. So Ray, congratulations, brother. Again, you have an opportunity to get this book. All you have to do is to send me an email to Regie@regiecollects.com, providing me with your name, your screen name, your mailing address. I'll send this book out to you. I will also send you a t-shirt. This t-shirt comes in 2 colors, dark gray, light gray. I only have them in large. If you can't fit a large or don't want a t-shirt, let me know and I will stick some other stuff in the box for you. So you'll get this book, possibly a t-shirt, and also a Go Collect exclusive variant, all bundled up for you and mailed out to your house. So Ray, congrats, bro. This book is coming your way. Make sure you send me that email so that we can get this sent out to you. All right. Scrolling down through some of the names. Congrats. Oh, do we have a new person in here? Do we have a new person? Congrats. Ray says, the almighty Liger King. Scrolling through, let me see. I thought there was a new person up in here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Congrats again, Ray. There are some people that have some pretty good luck. I'm telling you, man. Let me scroll through. All right. So, again, make sure you send me that email, brother, and I will get this book sent out to you. All right. So here's the thing. I messed up. Oh, you know what? All right. Let's do something else. So right now, what we are going to do is we are going to do a bonus giveaway. We are going to do a bonus giveaway. Shout out to my man, Nick, aka EE. My man sent me a nice note a couple of weeks ago. I've mentioned this note at least 3 or 4 times over the last 2 weeks. He sent me another book. I'm not going to show you the book just yet. Not going to show you the book. But what I am going to do is to give you an opportunity. All 117 of you in the room right now are going to be given an opportunity to win this book. And what we're going to do is we're going to just do a random number. We are going to do a random number. And I'm going to write my number down on a piece of paper right now. And what you are going to have to do is to give me your number. And the first number that I see that is correct or close, that will be the person that wins. Okay. And we are doing this same rules as the other. So if you are in the US, in Canada, or have a mailing address in the US, those are the eligibility criteria. We are going to set the timer for 30 seconds. And then we are going to let this thing rip. And what we'll do is if I see the number come up, that'll be the winner at the expiration of the 30 seconds. At the expiration of the 30 seconds, the person that is closest to my number will actually be the winner. And what we are going to do is that it is a number between 1 and 30. 1 and 30 is what it is. Between 1 and 30, enter your number right now. And we are going to go by what I actually see here in the screen. We're going between 1 and 30. Okay. I'm not seeing. Okay. There's a couple of numbers in the right range. All right. I'm waiting for the number to actually come through. We have 4 seconds left. All right. That's the timer right there. Let me scroll through it. Let me see if we have a number. I think the first one that I saw was this one that was in the range. So I'm scrolling down, not seeing the number. Okay. All right. There we go. That's the winner right there. The number. That is the number right there. Richard Wright, you, sir, are the winner of a really cool book from one of your fellow subscribers by the name of EE. Make a comment, brother, so people can say thank you to you for hooking it up, brother. I definitely appreciate you sending me some really nice AOKs. I think all of which I've actually sent out. The Philadelphia was sent out a week ago. I think I sent out every book you gave me, but I definitely appreciate you, bro, for hooking me up, man. So this is the book that EE has sent over to us. It is a 9.6. There he is. It is a 9.6 X-Force number 11, the first appearance of the real Domino. So go ahead and I think it was Richard that won. Richard, make sure you send me an email to Regie at regiecollects.com. That is REGIE. Send me an email with the correct spelling of your name, your mailing address, all that good stuff. I will bundle this up and I will send it out to you. I may throw something else in there as well to just add to what EE has already so graciously donated to the channel. I tell you guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I know that there are millions of people out of work right now. I think the number went from 22 million to 26 million or something like that. But what is honestly what I've seen is an outpouring of generosity since all of this stuff happened. I have had an influx of people wanting to do more things for other members of the comic book community, people donating books, people reaching out to me saying, hey, can you help me with this? I want to give something away. I want to do this, that, or the other. Here's some money. Can you just give it back to somebody? I've seen an influx of Patreon members. I've seen an influx of super chats. I am just overwhelmed by the generosity of people under the circumstances, right? There's a lot of people out there that are of the opinion that you should buckle down. You should buckle down and you should protect self and you should conserve. And there are other people that are like, no, I still want to give and I still want to share because I know people out there are struggling. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what camp you're in, you're not wrong. no matter what camp you're in, you're not wrong. These are differences of opinion and different perspectives. I'm simply acknowledging that I have recognized an increased outpouring amongst the community, and I am very thankful for that. And so this is a perfect example of it right here. Shout out to you, Nick, brother, for hooking it up. That is probably why you got all of those 9.8s. I'm gonna just throw it out there. Comic karma is a real thing, and if you don't believe it, give it a try. Just saying. All right, so where I was going was I got to put these two giveaways to the side because I'll mess around and forget what's going on. So I made a mistake this week. I forgot that with my giveaways that there were basically 5 weeks this month because of how I do things. I forgot that there were 5 months, and I inadvertently did not get enough books for the Go Collect giveaway. Inadvertently did not get enough books for Go Collect. But you know what happened? I ordered some books from a local dealer, and they gave me an extra book. They were like, we know you give away stuff, so here's an extra book for you to give away. And I want to give a huge shout out to Bunky Brothers. The Bunky Brothers are two brothers. I think there may be 3. I only know 2 of them, but they are local dealers that I have met several times at cons, and I enjoyed them, especially my man Bob. Bob is a good dude. So if you are on Instagram, please follow Bunky Brothers Comics, and it's BUNKY_brothers_comics. Bunky Brothers Comics on Instagram. Good guys. They gave me an opportunity to pick up a couple of books that they were doing a really nice sale on. I actually picked up a couple for myself, and as I was pulling the package out, it felt a little thick. I'm like, what is this? They gave me an extra book, and the timing is perfect because I forgot to get the one for Go Collect. So this is the book right here. They hooked this up, and this is the book that we are going to give away as part of the Go Collect giveaway this week. I'm actually going to add something to this one as well, because this book is actually a little bit lower in value than what we normally give away, but I'm going to add some extra stuff to this one to make up for that. I don't know what it is, and I won't tell you what it is, but there will be some extra stuff if you do win. This is Miss Marvel #1. This is first Carol Danvers as Miss Marvel. And so this is a really cool book. It is also a newsstand, and the Bunky Brothers definitely hooked it up. So shout out to those guys for hooking me up with the 9.0 white pages that we are going to give away this week as part of the Go Collect giveaway. All right. So that will be happening this week. So definitely stay tuned to the videos that come out from the channel Monday through Thursday for an opportunity to win that. And then I will tell you, I'm also going to give you an opportunity to win this book this week. This is from my stash, my personal stash, if you will. This book is going to be made available to you guys this week. So stay tuned for the videos, because in one of the videos, I'm going to give you the opportunity to get in the running for this one. This is not necessarily just a straight giveaway, so I don't want to set anybody up to believe that there are some things that go along with this one. But in one of the videos this week, there will be some details. If you're interested in this, this is Hulk #1, the first appearance of Red Hulk, a homage to Incredible Hulk #1, which is really cool that there is some belief right now that the Red Hulk will make an appearance in the upcoming She-Hulk series. So stay tuned for the videos that come out from the channel this week, because there's a couple of cool twists. I told you there were going to be some twists today and also over the course of the week. So let me swing back to the comment section to see what you guys are talking about. Man, Reg is giving it all. Man, I mean, again, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, so if you think about it, last week I basically did nothing but hauls and AOKs all week. Like every week I have like AOKs to unbox, and it is because people send a lot of stuff to me and I give away a lot of stuff, but it's still a lot of stuff that comes to me. And so I'm just trying to find ways to keep moving some of this stuff forward. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta definitely respect the generosity of folks, you know? So Wesley, how you doing? No, bro, here's the thing. Every stream is like this. We have fun in every stream, Wesley. Everyone. That's why there's people hanging out here for as long as they've been here. You get You get a book. Everybody gets a slab. I'll give a slab to you. Man, I'm telling you, this is the fun stuff, man. I wish maybe back in the day, bro, I was kind of swole up. I was kind of swole back in the day. Not now. I'm all skinny fat, but I have been working out. This is week 2. This is week 2. I am trying to get the gains going back on, but again, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people, man, have been very generous with things. We gave away to a member of this community a really expensive book. It was a really expensive book, and within 2 hours, there was so much giving that I had to shut it down, right? Because I wouldn't have had any skin in the game. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. And there's stuff that happens behind the scenes amongst you guys where you've made friends that just, hey, here, take this book. People like expecting to buy the book, and people like, no, you just take the book. It's my A-okay to you. This is the stuff that I hear about behind the scenes. There is so much generosity that it is humbling, and it also puts me in a position where if I'm not generous, I feel like I'm taking advantage of people, and I refuse to let that happen. So, but again, with this one, again, I want to be very, very clear that there are some strings attached with this book. You will hear the details in the video that comes out. Hopefully it's self-explanatory. I kind of made it up on the fly, so I'm hoping that it's self-explanatory. If not, you guys would be like, this is not clear, Reggie. So stay tuned for those videos. They're going to be coming out. All right. So I'm going to wrap this thing up, man. I've been on here for almost an hour. I'm going to wrap this thing up. I want to thank you guys for hanging out just a little bit. And as a recap, if you are coming into the live stream a little bit late, we covered off on a lot of stuff over the course of this video, this live stream. We talked about Phase 4 movies and the MCU, specifically the timing of the Phase 4 movies. We talked about Method Man and his tryouts to be Bishop as part of the X-Men. We talked a little bit about Diamond and how Diamond is taking orders now for May for DC. We talked about how Marvel is not going to be releasing any books next week, but is basically gearing up, if you will, to support Diamond opening their doors back up in mid to late May. And then we also gave away a couple of cool books. And then we also, I gave you guys a heads up on some videos that are going to be coming out this week. We're going to talk about the Heralds of Galactus this week. We're going to do some dirty grading. There is a slab haul video that will be coming out. And then I'm also going to talk about the CGC shipping boxes. And part of the reason why I'm doing that is because of all of the in-house shipping stuff that CGC is actually doing right now. I wanted to make sure that I covered off on that. I have a ton of videos on the channel about shipping. This is just another video that will be added to the playlist of videos on shipping. So if you're curious about how to ship raw books, how to ship books to be graded, whatever it happens to be, I have several videos on that topic. All right. With that said, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. I absolutely enjoyed you, Wesley. And to anyone else that has just joined for the first time and been part of this live stream, this is the fun that we get to have every single time we do a live stream, but especially as part of the Ready, Set, Go preview show. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do that. It makes you eligible for all of the giveaways that we do here from the channel, but it also allows you to be in the know when things are happening, when videos are being released and when live streams are actually occurring so that you can join in on the fun. If you guys need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects, or you can send me an email to reggie@regiecollects.com. If you won any of the giveaways tonight, you need to make sure you send me an email so that I can bundle your stuff up. Richard, Ray, and Ray's not even his real name, I don't think, but Ray, and then anybody that was in place 2 through 5 of the 7,000 subscriber giveaway. I am looking to you folks to reach out to me so that I can bundle your books up and get them out of my house. With that, if you need to reach me, I'm not too hard to find, to be honest with you. Take care.